Hello, welcome to another episode of Imperfect Creations. This is the second episode with the new title. Super excited to kick this off. Tonight I have on a really exciting guest. Her name is Janky Dood, her Instagram name. I met her actually through Nicotini, who was on the show a few weeks ago. She's awesome. Jake Dude's awesome. And I love her work. It is just like the funniest cartoons, so relatable. And just like I love the way that her style, it's like what she creates is so simple but so relatable. And it's just so awesome and I love it. So I'm super excited to have her on. Let's bring her up here. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining. Did I leave anything out of your introduction you want to make sure everyone knows?
No, sounds good.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So before we jump into anything else, our question for tonight that I want everyone in the audience to start thinking about is, well, it's a prompt, and I want you to share what was the word I said? Share a heartwarming memory. Hey, Wolf, thanks for joining. So think of like a heartwarming memory in your past or present, or maybe even like a fictional one, whatever, and send it into the chat, and we will try to both illustrate it and see how it goes. We've never done this prompt before, so I'm excited. Hello to everyone coming in. Say hi, and start thinking about a heartwarming. I don't know why I keep forgetting that word. A heartwarming memory. And then in the meantime, we also have a POAP. I will give the code later on. And yeah, I'm super excited for that as well. It's a really cute drawing from Janky Dude. Perfect. I think that's everything I wanted to say. Welcome to everyone coming in. If you just came in, the prompt tonight is share a heartwarming memory, and then we will try to draw one of them. Hey, Nicotini, thank you for coming. So nice to see you.
What's up, girl?
Yeah, I love it. I love the connections.
Yeah.
Perfect. We haven't gotten any heartwarming memories yet. Do you have any in your mind? I don't really have any right now. I didn't think of it.
I was trying to think of something like, man, like, like it's been like let me think.
I'm gonna think too. And everyone else, please,
yeah.
Think about, help us out. What is a heartwarming memory that you have? It could be like, maybe like when you know what, I have one. When I first, we got some responses. Nicotini said, I'm brainstorming, LOL. Gabby said, oh, hey, Gabby. He said, skiing with my family as a kid. I love that one. And then Tim, my fiance, said, what type of memory again? I feel like he's been listening this whole time, but a heartwarming memory. Thank you. Oh, Easter egg hunting. That's fun. Oh yeah, mine would be when we first picked up my dog as a puppy, and we had to pick her up in Barstow, like halfway to California from Vegas, and I was sitting in the back seat, and she was just sleeping she was just sleeping in the car, and she just looked up at me, and I was looking at her, and I was just like, we're family now. That was a good moment.
Yeah.
Right on John said camping with my family. That's a fun one. Lots of family.
Yeah, nice. I'm trying to think.
It's a tough one.
It is. It's like, I feel like it's like, it would, when it hits me, I'll be like, oh yeah, duh. But then it's like I can't think of anything.
100%. I totally feel that. Do any of these, did you get one?
Oh no, I was gonna say, I mean, like so I used to walk dogs like a while back,
Ooh.
and I don't know, I feel like a lot of the time I just had like a lot of like sweet encounters with them. I just like anytime with animals, it's like no specific time. I just like love animals. And so I don't know. Yeah. But
I love animals as well. By the way, your sound is a little like crackly. I don't know
it's
if maybe
it.
it's your phone is like on. Maybe now it's not anymore.
It's
Let's see.
okay now.
It's a tiny bit, but not. It's a little bit better, I think.
That's weird.
Maybe it's just me. Let me know in the chat if anyone else is having that. Right on John said, how about some dogs cooking marshmallows over a campfire? I
Yeah.
drew that pretty recently, actually, that
Did you?
exact scene. Wolf said, a heartwarming memory is spending time with my cat Ro on the patio. He loved being outside and reminded me that just being is a superpower.
So
I love
cute.
that. And then Gabby also said, carrying my baby niece for the first time. These are so lovely. Okay, I think we have enough to choose from. Can you see the comments or no?
I can't.
Okay, I don't know why it does that. It always does that. I got to figure that out. But anyway, I'll read them, and then since you're the guest, you can choose which one we're gonna do.
Okay.
Oh, do you want me to read? Do you want me to read them again, or no?
Sure.
Or do you remember?
I kind of like the campfire one.
Okay, yeah.
Except you said you did that, so we could do something else.
Well, I drew it. I mean, I drew dogs at a campfire, but I would draw. I mean, I could just draw camping with my family because that was the memory.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's kind of fun.
Okay, let's do it. Oh my God, I'm so excited to see how it turns out in your style. Yeah. I'm so excited. Okay, so we're gonna do camping with your family or dogs or people or whatever around a campfire, right?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it still crackly, the noise?
It is a little bit.
Is it when I get closer?
Yes, I think it is.
Oh, darn. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know either. It's like I can still hear you. It's just, yeah, but.
Okay. Weird.
I think it's okay. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Let's turn the cameras around, and then I'm going to play some music by Joseph Capalbo, who wrote these songs just for the show. Oh, I forgot you work on your computer.
I do. Yeah. So everyone, I work. This is a Wacom tablet. You can see like where I draw mostly. And then I draw in Photoshop. And I normally like sketch on a piece of paper first, but I can just do it straight in Photoshop too.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's not really a big deal. Oh. Hello?
I left. I'm back though.
I was like, oh no, was that me?
Nope, that was all me. I don't even know what I pressed, but what was I gonna say? Oh, wait, what was I gonna say? I totally lost what I was thinking. I got a little thrown off there. I was gonna ask, do you have a sketchbook that you like work in all the time, or do you just kind of
Honestly, like I'd like to sketch more than I do.
Same.
Like, I mean, I sketch. I don't know. I have a lot of commissions these days,
right?
Which is super cool, but you know, sometimes it's kind of like hard. Like I literally draw all day long.
Yeah.
And so it can be kind of hard to do that. But I really like should more, but I usually start all my drawings in a notebook, and they usually look pretty bad, to be honest, and then I refine it a lot more in Photoshop.
I love that.
Yeah.
But. So do you like, would you draw it and then like take a picture and put it into sorry, put it into
That's
the
okay.
computer.
I'm like the same way. It's like you're starting to do something and you need
Yeah.
concentration.
It's been a long day too. I mean, I say that every week, but yeah.
Yeah, so I usually just take a picture on my phone and then I'll just airdrop it into my computer. And then I kind of just use it as a guide. And then I'll, yeah, it's normally what I do.
Wait, I just realized, right on John, that's my neighbor. I was like, I know this name. Hey, John, thank you for joining. Oh, that's why he said Adobe Photoshop rules, because I know he's a graphic designer and he works in Photoshop.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I love it.
And he said when it becomes your profession, it takes the joy out of it. Do you feel that way too, or?
No, I mean, I'm like pretty happy with like how things are going. I think the only thing that I don't necessarily like love is that I'm like sitting in front of a screen all day. But the thing is like I just like prefer digital so much more. I don't even know why. I've like gotten so accustomed to it. I think too, just because I can make everything like super symmetrical, and maybe that's like the perfectionist in me. But yeah, I think like the biggest thing is like my body like aches by the end of the day.
Oh my gosh, I can relate to that so much.
Yeah. So I think that's like the biggest thing. And then like obviously I feel like staring at a screen is probably like not the healthiest. But
the thing is too, like
do?
I do that as well, you know, like with my job.
Yeah.
And so it's like my, you know, my sales job. And so it's kind of like you could do that doing art, or you could do it like, it's so hard to be in a profession where you're not looking at a screen all day unless you're like doing like manual labor or like teaching, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's others that I'm not thinking of, but that's what comes to mind.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, that's the new world or whatever, I guess.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it's the world we live in.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'd like want to get one of those like desk converter things.
Like a standing desk, or
like, yeah, but because when I stand too long too,
yeah,
I like start to hurt also.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I just always hurt.
No, I do too.
But no, it's like you can get like these like desk converters that you just sit on top of your tabletop, and you can it's like easy to remove. I think some are adjustable too.
I just have a desk that moves up and down.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that would be good. See, I don't like, my apartment doesn't necessarily have like room for that. I have like an art desk, which is like super good for drawing because it goes up like an easel.
That's cool.
Which is good. I used to use it more. I've gotten kind of lazy because the chair is really uncomfortable that goes with it.
Oh
no, I know. Everything's like totally my fault. It's like stuff that I have. I'm like, I could totally just go buy a new chair.
I feel like that could be I could see you doing a cartoon about that. Like, that's so funny.
And I should.
I relate to, like, I will be sitting here like hunched, like you can't see me right now, but like hunched over, and I'm like, this hurts so bad right now, and it's gonna hurt so bad in an hour. Like, I'm not gonna move. Like,
no.
And then I'm just gonna complain about it later.
I'm literally turning into a shrimp.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, but people really don't talk about, like, I feel like this is like, I don't tweet a lot, but when I do, I'm tweeting about like injuries related to art. I feel like it's like people just don't talk about it. Like, it really, like, this hand hurts. Like, whenever I'm trying to like do any type of like mobility training or anything like that, which I don't do that often, but when I do, it's like always my drawing arm is just like so messed up. Like, it's tough. It's tough out here.
I know. I've like started to get weird like pains in my fingers. I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Yes.
I'm like turning into an old woman, and I'm like 6.
Yeah. Amanda Oleander, I had her on this show before. She's an awesome artist.
Yeah, I follow her.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. I love her. But she literally has arthritis, and she's I don't know how old she is, probably like late 20s or early 30s.
Yeah.
Like literal, like actual arthritis. Like,
oh my God. Is it from like her
from
drawing?
drawing, yeah.
That'll
And
do
she
it.
she does markers a lot too. So I feel like that can be even harder because you're constantly like opening a marker, drawing, and then.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do I know? I don't know what's worse or better.
Yeah. Does she do mostly markers, or does she paint too? I can't remember.
She paints as well. Like for a long time, she was doing like one marker drawing a day. And then now she's like trying to get more into painting. But she's kind of in this like I went to her workshop, so I like have.
Oh,
like,
cool.
Yeah, I got to like really get to know her. And so she is kind of in this like middle ground period now where she's kind of figuring out like what's going to be the next step, I think.
I didn't know she did workshops.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
Cool.
It was in Palm Springs. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool.
But yeah. Oh, by the way, okay, Celia's here. Hey Celia, thanks for joining. We got a prompt from John, who's my neighbor actually, by the way. This is so exciting. I just moved to a new area, so it's like so cool that I have cool neighbors now.
Shout out John.
Yeah. But yeah, he gave us the idea. So the question was or the prompt was share a heartwarming memory, and we got a lot of really great ones. And then John said camping with my family, so that's what we're drawing. And then Nicotini said totally relate. I think she said that back when we were talking about the injuries, the art injuries.
Tragic.
And then G is for great is here. Hey G, thanks for joining. And then John said markers are awesome. I have the Copic knockoffs from Blick Art Store. I went through a marker phase myself. Yeah. I did too, and I wish that I had bought the knockoffs. I literally would go to Blick and buy the real ones, and I would do like I would go every time I went, like even if I wasn't going to buy markers, I was like, I'm here, I'm just gonna buy some more markers, and then like literally never used them. And then luckily though, when I went to Amanda's workshop, that's when I actually like learned how to use them. So I use them now here and there. I love them, but yeah, it was kind of like a little marker addiction. But
yeah, I think like, is it the Copic ones you can refill?
What was that?
I think you can refill them.
Yeah, you can refill them. They're still so expensive though, but
I know.
I've never even needed, like I've drawn a good amount with them and I've never needed to refill any yet, so that's good.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm drawing super slow. I'm like kind of slow, I think. I don't know. I've never like I never like have looked to see the speed of other artists, and I feel like I'm generally slow. But how long
does it take for you to do like a commission?
Ooh, those take a while. I mean, well, it depends on the commission. I do I call them like full background, simple background, and then no background. The full background ones, sometimes I get like really carried away. And those will take me like, I don't know, like 8 to 10 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they take a while.
Wow. I hope you charge a lot of money for those.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. People are super nice about it too. I don't know. But yeah, I think I don't know if maybe I'm just slow. I don't know, but whatever.
No, you're however long it takes you to work to make your magic is the right amount of time.
Yeah, well, I actually like at one point I was thinking about because like I've always been intrigued with animation.
Yeah.
So I was like for a while looking to join a studio.
Like to work, like to do animation like for other people or
yeah, like to join, because like LA has a lot of animation studios for just like TV shows and stuff, and I like knew a couple people who had worked at them, and like it seemed cool. And so I was kind of like, oh, like maybe I'll check it out. And I never like really pursued it that much, but I also always wondered like if I'd be too slow in general, because I think they have to like power through that stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
But also too, I think this is kind of like off topic, I guess, but
no.
I've seen that like a lot of animation studios have like laid off their workers.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've seen that like everywhere too, like in tech and all of that. It's tough to be seeing all of that right now.
Yeah.
That's definitely the good thing about being your own boss, is you don't have to worry about that kind of thing. But
yeah, it is nice. So yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, my brain just does not work anymore. I had a good question. Oh, the doggy! I love it.
It's happening. Yours is looking good too. It's coming along.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. What was I gonna say? Dang it! I had a really good question. Oh, sorry. Okay, I was gonna ask, how often do you draw? Like, you draw every single day? Right?
I do.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So, and you draw all day. Have you
pretty much
gotten? Have you gotten faster? Do you feel like, since you've been doing this? Because like I found.
so.
You're sorry. Go ahead. I just kept going. No, you
what were
go.
you saying? No, you continue.
Well, I was saying like, because I've been doing one cartoon every day. This is I'm almost done with year 2, and like when I first started versus now, like I've gotten so much faster. Do you feel like the same thing happened to you?
I think so. Yeah, I'm definitely faster than I used to be. I think too with like once you get to know Photoshop, or like since I use Photoshop, I used to be super slow. But then when you kind of like create like a process for yourself, you get quicker. And then just like drawing in general, I think I've gotten quicker. I don't really know. You know what I think takes me like, what makes me take so long?
What?
I like always zoom out to like stare at it for like 10 seconds. And I'm like, what am I doing that for? I don't know like what the purpose of that is. And I think that's partially what takes me so long.
I love that though. So, oh my gosh, I literally like, I keep thinking I'm never this bad at remembering my questions, but so okay, now I remember, and thank you for saying that. But how did you develop your style? Because like I've not seen anyone with a style like yours, and I just like, it's so cool also like seeing this process now too, and like how you get these like super clean lines, and like you're just doing like one little line at a time, and it's so awesome to watch.
Thanks.
Of course. So yeah, my question is like, how did you develop it? And like, what also too, like the reason I thought of this is because you were saying like when you started out with Photoshop, you were really slow with it. Like, what made you like open up Photoshop and like, you know, invest in that as well, and like use that as your like medium?
Well, I mean, so I actually ended up, when I was in college, I studied art. It was like called Studio Art and Technology.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, no, it was good. I actually originally went to school to be a dietitian, and I hated it. Not that there's anything wrong with being a dietitian. It just wasn't for me. And so, yeah, and so I switched to art. I like had always wanted to do it, and I think I was just trying to go like the practical route. And so I switched into that, but because my major was studio art and technology, it was like how to use like softwares to make art. And so there was like a class. Basically the class was Photoshop, like it was like photography, but it was like heavily edited photos. So you take a photo and you like heavily edit it to learn Photoshop.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so that's like how I started learning. And so I like took a lot of photography classes actually. And then, but my emphasis was in drawing towards the end. But originally, that's like how I got into, that's how I originally learned Photoshop. And then as I got more into the program, sorry, I'm like trying to think of how her body should be.
No worries. I love it.
I always like start with stick.
I do that too a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for action shots.
Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. And then so once I decided I wanted to emphasize in drawing, I took this like I don't even remember what the class was called, but it was basically the whole class was like drawing in Photoshop. We did a couple other things too, like we learned how to laser cut and stuff and like use softwares to laser cut. Like I think it was Illustrator. But yeah, so I think that's like what sparked it. And then when I graduated, I still didn't really have a style. Except I think so when I was in college, I think it was like super important. Obviously, like you don't need to go to college to do this, but I think like if you can even take a class or something like in your community, like learn like at least for me, it was like learning like the basics of figure drawing. Like I took so many life drawing courses and like I learned how to draw the human body. Like I drew so many naked people, it's not even funny. Because like you just have to learn how to like draw form. And it actually like surprisingly just like helps so much.
Yeah.
So I think like it took like a lot of like kind of basic experimenting to learn my style. And then over time I just kind of like I would like scroll online or I'd like see just like different art or whatever that I really liked, or also like different musicians where I liked their vibe and I could almost like kind of like see like a visual that would go with their music.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Kind of. I mean, like I'd look at like a huge like 2016, 2015 me like was obsessed with Mac DeMarco.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, no. And so but like, and I think what his one album, I'm like super bad with names, but the yellow one that has all like the little doodles, I don't know, I'd like see like little things like that just throughout different yeah, just like I don't know, it's just like by seeing around, or like I'd scroll on Pinterest and see things I liked. And I just like had always liked cartoons, and I've actually also always drawn characters, just like I just always have. So that's kind of what prompted it, I guess. And then I just I don't know, this is like a very long-winded answer.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome.
I think it's also because I'm like half distracted by drawing this. But yeah, so I don't know, I think it was just like a lot of like drawing things that like drawing basic things that like to learn how to like draw the human body, and like you get all that basic stuff, and then it was like a mix of like, oh, I think I like this, and then just kind of drawing random characters, and then just like getting better with it. And then I had been working at a cafe, and I was like doodling on a napkin when I was supposed to be working, but it was like really slow. And that's the first time I drew Janky Dood.
Ah!
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. I was like drawing on the napkin. I was like, I kind of like this.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. She like looked way different than like she does now. But yeah, so that's like how she started.
I love that. And I love,
Um,
okay, I love what you were talking about too with like the figure drawing, because it really is like the biggest thing is like with like I had a drawing teacher that always said like drawing is seeing, and you really just have to like,
yeah.
you have to draw what you see, but like your eyes
Mhm.
like play so many tricks on you and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, and that like I really feel like if you can learn to like draw any like body position, and you can
Yes.
look at a body and like draw it
Yep.
how you see it, I feel like you could draw almost anything, because I really can't think of a more complicated like figure or like thing to draw than the human body, especially once you get into like portraiture and all that. Like, oh my
Totally.
gosh.
Yeah,
Um,
no, for sure. And I mean, even if it's like you look at like a cartoon and you're like, oh, it's just a cartoon. It's like you
yeah,
have to know form
yeah,
in
you
order to
really
do
do.
that.
Yeah, and
Um,
I love to like that you're saying that, because you're like I said, I don't want to say simple because it's not like simple, but it's like few lines, I guess I would say.
yeah.
Um
And
and
there's like
it's
no
like,
shading, barely.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And but yet you can so tell like, okay, this person like she knows what she's doing, like it's like somebody
Thank
else
you.
couldn't just come up, of course, couldn't just like, you know, decide
Yeah.
like your style. I don't know why I can't even put words to this, but like it's kind of even too like with abstract artists, like I mean, you can just, you know, one day sit down and you've never done art before and like you can create an abstract piece, but it's going
Hmm.
to come from such a different place, and like the result is going to be so different than if you've spent years like learning form and like how to draw and how to render things and like,
Yeah.
how to use materials as well.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and I feel like there's always this thought of like, oh, like it's not realistic or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's not that hard, but it really is, especially to like develop your own unique style like yours.
Yeah.
Like it really, you do need to like, it's a lot. It's not easy. Like it really
No.
isn't.
I think too, like developing your style, you kind of have to like start to like really know yourself too. I know it
Mm,
sounds like really cheesy, but
no, it's so true though.
it's true because it's like at the end of the day, you're like creating essentially like your essence.
Mhm.
Like it really is like a reflection of like who you like your personality and like who you are and stuff. Um, which is like funny because it's like if you look at like a cartoon, you're like, how is that like I don't know, but yeah, I think you have to be like get in touch with like yourself and have an idea of who you are as a person, and just like what you like. And even if I don't know, it's funny, I like think back, so when I was in college I had like two professors I really liked, and one of them I did really like him, and he was like my drawing teacher for most things, but I could tell he really didn't like I just naturally always had a more like cartoony style,
Mhm.
and I could tell he like his stuff was not like that at all.
Mhm.
And I could tell he didn't really like that my stuff was, and he would like try to steer me away from it.
Mhm.
I think too because in like the fine art world,
Yeah.
there's this really negative stigma. Like cartoons aren't art.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe that's just like me, but I always like got that impression. I mean, you don't really see like cartoons that much in fine art.
Yeah, especially not like in an arts, like a gallery type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like kind of silly to me,
Yeah,
honestly. But
no, definitely.
yeah, it's like so, but like you still have to like, despite what anyone says, like you have to like go with your gut and be like, oh, I like to do this because I just like it. Like there doesn't have to be like a reason why.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that that was a teacher you liked, right?
Yeah, I really liked him. I just could
Yeah.
tell he didn't like my stuff very much.
No, but I love that like you could still like him as a teacher, first of all, and second of all, like even more than that, that you could still like, even though you liked him and like respected him and whatever, you could still be like, nah, I'm gonna do it my way. Like that's so
Yeah.
big, especially with
Well,
like, sorry, go ahead.
yeah. No. Sorry, I cut you off. Yeah, but no, I was just gonna say, like, I think actually when I was a student still, I did kind of listen to him a little
Oh,
bit. Not entirely. Like, but the classes of his, I'd draw kind of more how he wanted to, just because, I don't know.
You needed a grade?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I was just kind of like younger me was like, okay, I guess. Like, but then, yeah, it's like I really didn't start getting super cartoony until I graduated. I was just doing it on my own. And then, yeah, it's kind of funny because actually there was one piece where I did, what is it? Like, I did like this, it was kind of like a comic looking thing. It was for this one class I did, and I actually won an award at my school for it. And that was the only thing I ever got like an award for, like from my school, because everything else didn't really get much light. And so I think it's just like naturally I'm like, okay, this is like my thing, you know, like this is like, it's probably because this is what I'm like better at. I had a point to this and I've like lost my train of thought. I don't remember.
Join the club.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, my brain's not working.
Well, I think you were talking about like how you, once you got out of college, that's when you started doing like the cartoon style more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I think that maybe like sparked it, or I don't know. I think I just kind of was like, I'm just going to make what I want. Like, I didn't really like plan on doing what I'm doing now at all. At the time, I was just kind of like, yeah, I'll just like make stuff. Like, I don't really know where I was like, I just have to keep making stuff.
Yes.
And then I think I was like, oh, I need to practice so I can get a job somewhere. I remember feeling very like, oh, nowhere's gonna hire me. I don't know. Like, I was very like not really sure at all, which I think is like what a lot of newly graduated people feel. Yeah. But so I just like kept creating, and then kind of was just like working like side jobs, you know. Yeah, and then yeah, I don't know.
No, I love like what you just said. You were like, yeah, I just knew like I had to keep creating, which like, yeah, that's huge. Like you just got to do it. Like you're not gonna like get anywhere if you're not you're not gonna create if you're not creating, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But then also too, it like that idea was kind of like at war with the idea that like you needed to get hired, and I feel like that's such a common like place to be. Like I had the same thing when I first started out. It was like when I started doing my art full time, it was like I need to like start making art that's gonna sell, like.
Yeah.
But you can't just
and
sit down and say
the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, you can't just be like, okay, let me make something that's gonna sell now. It's like, no, ma'am, that's not gonna happen. So it really is like you have to just slow down and just make, and it's so counterintuitive because it's like that's how you're gonna sell things, is just by trusting yourself and making, but it's such a hard pill to swallow sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's honestly terrifying at first. Especially I think the like beginning, I mean, I feel like I'm still very much in the beginning too of this journey, but like definitely further along than I was. And yeah, it's just like you really have like no clue where it could go. At least I didn't. And I was like, I don't really know what I want from this. Like I'm just gonna like, I guess, keep creating and like see what happens. And like, I don't know, I feel like the biggest thing is like you really have to like stay true to what you truly want, because I have fallen into the trap before. I don't really do it as much now, but like when I was first starting with like Janky Dood, I would sometimes be like, oh, people seem to like this, I'm gonna do more of this. And like then I do that and it's like the worst stuff I ever made.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, never doing that again. But I think a lot of people like fall into that, and you just really have to like stay true to like what you like, because
Mhm.
in the end it's like honestly what people end up liking the most too, which that's not why we're doing it.
Yeah,
But like
exactly.
yeah,
It's
but
so
it's also scary
counterintuitive.
too when you're like, oh, are people gonna like this? Like I have to pay bills.
I know. That's why, honestly, like I think we talked about this like one on one. Like I'm so happy that I was full time and like I learned, like I did it. I tried, like I tried to make enough to like survive and all that, and like I did for long enough. But now too, it's like I have this like new appreciation for my creativity because
Yeah.
I'm not relying on it. And it's such a like there's so many different ways it can go. Because
Yeah.
at the time too, it was like, wow, this is so dope that like I can make a living off my art, So
Yeah.
but yeah, it definitely is like a push and pull for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
K Bear's here. Hey K Bear, thanks for joining. Oh, by the way, for the POAP. Oh, actually, before I say this, we usually finish up around 7:45.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so 4 minutes, if that's okay with
Sure.
you.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Well, you don't have to finish. I'm probably not going to be finished either, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
okay. No worries. You won't get an F or anything.
Okay. I was like, oh no.
No, it's imperfect creations,
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, so the POAP, if you don't know what a POAP is, it stands for, oh my gosh. I can't believe this is how dead my brain is. I literally explain this every single week, and it's been over a year that I've been doing this for, and I can't remember what the first something of attendance protocol. Oh my gosh, this
I'm sorry,
is
I
so
can't
bad.
remember either. I
Well,
read it in your email, but I can't. It's okay.
I'm looking it up. What does POAP stand? Proof of attendance protocol. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. So anyway, it stands for proof of attendance protocol, and it's basically a digital token that you can get for attending events. Ooh, there's some. Okay, for attending events. And I give one out each week during the show, featuring the art of the guest artist. So we have a lovely Janky Dood POAP, and the code for the POAP is, I will write it here. It's IC58 exclamation point, because it is the 58th episode of the show tonight. I know, it's crazy. So you'll go to the POAP app and put this in the secret code or secret word, I think. And you can download the POAP app on the App Store. But yeah, if anyone misses it, just DM me. I'll explain it again. But yeah, so, oh my gosh, I literally didn't even ask half of the questions I was planning to ask. We had an awesome conversation. I love it. It just flowed. But yeah, let me think, like, you know what? I'm not going to force it because I feel like what we talked about was all such awesome stuff. Let me ask, if somebody wants to get like a commission from you, what should they do?
Ooh. So they could email me at jankydood@gmail.com. The only thing I'm like booked out currently.
Ooh, okay. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's good. It's a little crazy.
Yeah.
I'm booked out. Probably I have a wait list, and it's probably around April booking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's very crazy.
Go.
Thank you. But yeah, I always feel bad when someone asks. I'm like, they're like, oh, my friend's birthday is coming up in like January. I'm like, I'm really sorry.
So what can they do? What can they do instead? How can they support you otherwise?
Oh, I have some prints. I actually just released t-shirts on my shop. It's jankydood.com. Yeah, so I have different prints and stickers and t-shirts. Yeah, so you can do it that way.
Perfect.
Or or just like following along. Yeah.
Yay. I'm gonna check out those t-shirts.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I have a heat press, so I printed them all.
Oh, that's
myself.
awesome.
Yeah. I know. I was like, I'm gonna try doing it just because I don't know, you never know like what will do well and what won't.
Yep.
Like I literally am so clueless on like what people want. And so yeah, I was like, oh, that's like kind of fun too to like print them myself. And then yeah, so we'll just like see where it goes.
Yeah, no, I am the same way. I literally make my own. I'm doing calendars for 2023, and I bought
cool.
I don't even know what it's called right now. Like the thing that punches the holes for the calendar, and then a binding machine.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and I'm the same because it's so easy. Like each one cost me like $10. Well, no, it's like, I mean, there's the cost of the machine and like all those materials, but then I can get them printed at Office Depot for like probably like $15 to $20 each. And then there's so much less risk of like, because especially it's hard to buy calendars not at huge amounts, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, that's like kind of like why I was like, well, I'll just like, I can print mine, and then if like some of them do well, then I can like order more if I want, because like printing them does take time. Actually.
I bet, yeah.
It takes more time than I thought it would.
It always does. Everything does.
It's like you think like, oh, like you're taking a shortcut. It's like, no, you're really not.
Yeah.
It's like a whole new like skill set you have to learn.
Yep.
But yeah.
So. Awesome. I'm excited to check those out right after this.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm planning on printing more too. I'm just like,
yay.
I'm super busy, so I'm like trying to get through them. I have like a bunch of blank shirts sitting at home, like been like trying to find time to print them. But yeah, it's fun though. I like doing it.
Sweet. Cool. Are you ready to turn the cams back around?
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of fun.
You got so far ahead. Wow. Nice. I'm missing her hands and her like stick.
I love how they're both always looking at the audience or like the
like they're just like annoyed.
We do this very similar eyes.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute. I like it. I like their little tents too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
Okay.
This is the worst part, is turning the camera back around.
I know. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
I'm so excited. I was telling you, there we go. Oh my gosh, it's like backwards, but okay. Marielle is here. Hello. Wolf said that's awesome. I think it was about you making the shirts, I'm guessing. And if you missed the POAP, it's capital I, capital C, 58 exclamation point. So go ahead and claim that. Is there anything else you want to make sure everyone knows about? Any big things coming up?
I do have one thing, and I'm actually very excited about it, but I'm going to be one of those annoying people that I'm like, I can't talk about it yet.
Wow.
It's so like excited. Not even that. It's like, yeah, but I'm excited about one thing. So I'm not sure when it's happening yet, but yeah. I know. It's so dramatic. I'm like one of those people.
No, I mean, it's awesome to be one of those people. That means you have something really cool coming up. If you have to keep it a secret, that's how you know. It's big. It's awesome.
I'm very excited. But
oh my God, what is it? I'm very bad at surprises. Really.
Me too. I'm usually terrible. I usually scream from the rooftops. But yeah.
Okay, well, we will all stay tuned. Make sure you follow her so that you can find out this big news, this big secretive news when it's out. But thank you so much for coming on. This was so awesome. I feel very inspired after our conversations. And I would love to have you back if you're up for it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was
Yay.
lots of fun.
Of course. All right. Well, everyone have an awesome night. Happy Thanksgiving if you're celebrating. Safe travels if you're traveling. And we'll see you all next week.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.